Welcome everyone to yet another edition of our eBay Warehouse. That should be a show, right? I mean, that should be like a series. So we are here in the warehouse we're going to use for eBay. We're going to talk you guys through some of the changes we made, the improvements we've made, the progress we've made, and what we're going to be doing the rest of this week. So welcome to the Prof Sales YouTube channel. Welcome to the show. I'm, as it says, Just Ask Kaaren. And I, of course, am Prof Sales. So we are glad you're here. We talk about being a reseller on this channel, being an entrepreneur, selling on eBay, Amazon, e-commerce platforms, your mindset, positivity, and all kinds of things, really, when you think about it. Yeah. So we're glad you guys are here. This is a live show. So if you ever want to join us, we're on at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and at least we try to. Sometimes we can't make it, but for the most part, we're here. And we are glad that you're here as well, but leave us a question or a comment in the live chat if you're here right now. We'll do our best to answer it. Also, what else can they do if they're enjoying the show, Kaaren? Arg, mateys, smash the like button. She is a pirate. But if you don't get a chance to catch the show until after it already streams and posts, that's cool. Just leave me a question or comment after. I do my best to answer all of them as much as I can. So, the warehouse, it's here. You guys haven't seen it live for like a week. So we're going to show you guys some of the improvements that we've made, some of the progress. And we have a big sale coming up this weekend, don't we, Kaaren? We do. And we're in the process of fine-tuning that process as well. So not only are we, you have to make a plan for how you're going to go through the mountain of whatever it is you have. But we also have a side list that includes, a timeline for everything from placing our local ads to taking photos to, we just added a new thing to the list. When you have a yard sale or something, one of the things we seem to always forget is to make sure you have change, right? Yeah. So we just wrote it on the list. You can never be too sure that you're doing all the things. Because can you imagine we start the sale on Saturday and here are all these people and we've got like, here's a 20. Oh, that's great. We've got no way to change it. I know it sounds kind of silly to some perhaps, but you'd be surprised when you do events like this, whether it's at a warehouse or even your own yard sale, the silly things you can forget. So it never hurts to make a list and just check it more than twice if you have to. Yeah. It's always when the little things go wrong that it all falls apart, like not having change and people have to walk away because they can't, you can't make change for them for something. Here's a 20 for that $4 purchase. I don't have $16, sorry. And we'll get some change as we go, but little things like that will derail you. So it is a great idea to make a list. Success is in the details, Julia says. Very, very true. And our cameraman is back in school. Ben is back in school finally after the blizzard of 18. Oh, my word. The blizzard of '08. I don't think '08 means 18. I think it means 0, right? Is '08? Oh, yeah. Is '08 a word? Somebody give us confirmation on that. '08, I think maybe it would be '08, but whatever. Yeah, we're hoping to have the cameraman back on Wednesday because that mountain of cards, we kind of went through them a little bit to rearrange. And he didn't really go through all those boxes like he said he did. No. No. So if you're watching, which you shouldn't be because you're in school. No, he's home. Which, oh, that's right. He is home. If we're going to do anything with me here, I have to leave in like 6.5 minutes to go take him to work. So. Yes. So we're going to travel. So we're going to try to carry this. All right. So let me show you guys sort of the office area and or the area that we're in. And you see Vanna there. I don't like it. But this is right now, the plan for this spot is the photo area. Yes, there's a white wall, but we have a plan to put, our backgrounds or even that fancy white full-length photo paper behind it as well. So yeah, so that area, I don't know if you guys can see from there to there. Oh, 9 feet, 10 feet, and then this area from here to here is about 10 to 11 feet. I can't remember. I've got the exact measurement. So this little square we've got right here that you can see is about it's about 110 square feet, somewhere in that range. 100. So it's definitely big enough to roll up like, you know, to kind of take a photo backdrop and go up the wall with it. So you can kind of create that that non-break photo backsplash. I'm not using the right words here, background. And that way, so we think we can create a pretty cool photo area here. So we're pretty excited about that. We're actually, I mean, this part's kind of move-in ready.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wouldn't you say?
Yep.
Over here, you guys can, I don't know if you guys remember from last week, this was still a bunch of stuff here, and it's pared down a lot. So like this chair and ottoman and that computer desk. Computer desk is, we're debating on because the hutch is, it's missing the cams that lock the hutch on, so we could use it as just a desk. It's really heavy, but there's really nothing wrong with it. We could use it, and we'll show you where we'll put that here in a moment. We have these great, awesome shelves here that we are still kind of going to have to figure out exactly what is going to be the overall long-term plan for those is. But those are nice shelves, nothing wrong with them at all. 3 of them, they're 4 feet by, I think, 18 inches. Mm-hmm. And really nice shelving set. Right now we've got some stuff that we're going to sell on Amazon and eBay there, but or at least attempt to, and we're pretty excited about that. So let's see here. All right, so down through here, so I'm going to take you guys a little closer, and Karen's probably going to have to leave here in just a moment. She's got about 4 or 5 minutes, but this is going to be display tables, and Kaaren right now is working through some stuff on these to get it priced. We just went kind of the old school route. I'll show you you know, with the pricing. Sorry if the lighting's not the best here, guys, but you can see sort of the pricing we use with the you know, just the little, you know, $1, $10, $5, whatever they are. So we picked up a bunch of those at the office store. We actually picked up 2,000 of them. I think we were being ambitious. 2,000. But we're going to list things. We're going to put things here on these racks. These books are all for sale. As you can see, there's a heck of a lot of books.
Yeah, and we're not going to, one of the things that we're trying not to do is, you know, yard sale it to death. So I think we're pricing it pretty generously.
Oh yeah,
like
we want it gone.
We want it to go. So like I have a box of VHS, like I don't know, like 50 of them or something. So those are going to go like either all together or really cheap. This whole box is full of CDs, same thing. Like we're not individually pricing everything. We're just going to kind of put it in a box, put a little price on it, and go from there. Same with the mega pile of books. We would love it if somebody would just come and take all of them.
Hey, take them all. You can have them all for $7.82. No, I don't know, but we're not looking to get anywhere near top dollar. We're not going to FBA them, although some of them probably could be FBA'd. I didn't go through them all by any stretch of the imagination. Or some could be sold locally at like flea markets or sales like that. I mean,
well, and this, like, I have a whole box of really, really, really old books that I just, you know, I don't have the heart to toss them.
This box right here.
And we don't know enough about them to do anything with them. But there's that entire old Bambi. Probably one of
old Bambi. That's an old Bambi, yeah.
But yeah, so those will go and something will happen with those two. But we're trying to make it, we're trying to price it. We were going to color code it, but that actually made it more difficult than easy. We just want people to be able to see the sticker and go with it. So that's the goal there.
Yeah, so, and we've got more racks here you guys can see. We're going to put stuff on. So we're just going to really try to merchandise it for people so that they got to be able to shop it, guys, when they come to your sale. It's so hard to go to like a yard sale, warehouse sale, whatever, and stuff is just chaos. And you don't know what anything's priced. Stuff's all over the place. It's just unorganized. I mean, that just makes for a crappy experience, and you're not going to sell through as easily at those types of sales unless people just want to give you $10 for 500 things or something stupid like that. Mm-hmm. Over here we still have Ben's mound of cards here. I mean, you can see, guys, there's just cards everywhere. That whole box is, you can see these are the white trays. These are all full. He's got a couple of whole sets here, but I don't think these 1990 football sets are really worth much. I'm pretty sure I looked those up once before. But
This one was fun. You said this was all Star
Yeah,
Wars cards, right?
this box right here. Well, you can touch them. I mean,
these are in great shape.
Yeah, they're in very good shape. This is a whole box of Star Wars cards.
Remember, like those game cards?
Yeah, I mean, I think I looked up some of these and like $1 or so, $1.50. I don't know what we're gonna do with those, but you can see there's hundreds of them there. I mean, I don't know how many of these boxes hold. What, probably 300, 400? I don't know. So yeah, so are you letting buyers in the warehouse? You say you don't have steps by the dock. Yeah, they're gonna have to come in here for sure. So it's a little bit of a challenge, and you're right. We do not have steps by the dock. We'll probably just leave this door closed.
Yeah, everybody will come in through the front, and we're going to mark off the offices because people will actually be working in the offices on Saturday. Not working where it has to be quiet, so we're not going to interrupt them, but we're literally going to block them off, shut their doors, and make little do not enter signs for all of the, including the bathrooms. But all of the offices, any door other than the front door and the door into the warehouse will be off limits. So, and we'll have somebody sitting at the front door, so I don't think crowd control is going to be an issue.
Yeah. So, and Avalos is in. What's up, Chris? Says the Star Wars gift cards are probably not too much. So, and that's cool. I would be willing to sell like the whole thing of them. I mean, I'm sure Ben will too. But anyway, so moving on. Here is some more stuff of Ben's. This is his. He's got some collectibles here. I don't know if they're really worth much. Probably not. But, some NASCAR stuff that's in the car. So this is NASCAR country in Charlotte. So there are a lot of people around here who do buy that stuff and like it. So who knows? I don't know. Probably not worth a ton. This particular one is, what are you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say anything. I'm just going to move this.
Oh, gotcha. We got some Pirates of the Caribbean here.
Or is it Caribbean?
Caribbean, whatever. Some other random stuff here. I don't even know what all this crap is, but
it's
Star
Wars
Wars cards.
Oh, that's the turkey from Leo's.
Yeah. So we'll see how that does. Who signed the football? Somebody asked.
Oh no, the footballs aren't signed. It's a
signed.
set that we just bought. It's just footballs with.
What do we have? We have something that's signed, right? Like a helmet from a Tampa Bay Buck.
Cadillac Williams.
Cadillac Williams, Tampa Bay Buccaneer signed helmet. I don't even know where it's at, but it's not here.
It's at home.
It's at home. Okay, so moving on. I didn't show you guys when we were over in this spot earlier. So we're going to be selling this furniture, which is nice little bedroom set here, chest, nightstand, and I can't remember what those things are called. Somebody knows, tell me. I thought it was like a lingerie drawer thingy, but honestly, that doesn't sound right. It could be a thingy.
All right, on that note.
Bye.
Yeah.
I don't even know what just happened there. That was weird. That was awkward.
All right, later, Gators.
Yeah, let me know.
Bye, everybody.
Karen's heading out. So this space right here, guys, just so you know, from the wall, from right here over to the ductwork is about 6 feet. And then along this wall, we have about another 12 feet or so. So we think that, 75 square feet almost will be great for a couple desks we're going to put there. Have our idea to put our desk right there where we'll work from. So we'll have the desk there, and then we will have the photos right here. And then last but not least, this will be where inventory will be initially. Because this part we're in right here is like, I want to say it's like 350 square feet. Kind of this little cube right here. And then there's actually, I think it's bigger than that now that I think about it. It's more like 400 and some now that I think about it. But so we will definitely put inventory over there. Shouldn't be any issue at all along that wall. That, of course, will be moved and gone. And then we still have a whole back area we haven't even gotten to yet because there's still stuff to get there. We actually organized all that and made it nice and neat and built kind of like this divider for the moment so we would have a little bit of separation so we could figure out, like spacing and so on. French provincial style. Oh, okay. The dresser is a high boy. Oh, I learned something new. And of course, we have the quad, which is the I don't know why we covered it up now, but we have it covered. We need to clean it up a bit. So this is the it's a Yamaha 250. It's the Bayou. I don't know if you can see that under there. you can see that or not. Yep, it's the Bayou, and it's pretty good shape. But the only tricky part is, if anybody knows anything about this, you know, the last time we started and so on, it was fine, but it's sat here for a while, apparently. It's been setting for a while, so it hasn't been started recently. You know, any issues with oil or gas, will we need to change those out? If so, how would you even do that? Like drain them out somehow? I don't even know. But haven't Googled it. But we think that, you know, that's going to go for a decent price. Not really sure. Is it 4x4? That's a great question. And one I don't know the answer to. Is it a 4x4? I don't know. Not sure. Probably. But yeah, so it's a nice little quad. I've looked them up locally. They tend to sell for maybe around $1,000 or so. But again, it might need a little bit of maintenance and so on. Not really sure what that's going to go for, but we definitely need it out here too, because it's a bigger item. Just takes up a lot of room. It's sitting right here. Once we get that gone, this furniture, these file cabinets, this little quad area will be cleared out. And, you know, theoretically we can move in the photos and listing part of our business if we wanted to. We still don't have room for the inventory yet, because that's going to be, turn this, the inventory will be over there. And we've still got to figure out those shelves and so on. There's still some stuff to be consolidated down. But we're having a sale here this weekend. And it's going to be crazy. I don't really have any specific expectations. You know, this sale, hopefully we'll get rid of some of this stuff. We'll make a few bucks. Just have kind of a better feel for what's valuable here locally and so on. I think that, you know, if we can move some of the bulky stuff, you know, if somebody wants to buy all those books, great. If they don't, we'll donate them. Somebody wants to buy, you know, a big chunk of the cards, great. If not, we're going to have to sell them in bulk locally maybe, or some other way. Not really even sure. Maybe we end up donating some of them. Just don't know. But it's a lot to still be done. But I feel like the sale this weekend will help us, because not only will we make some money from it, for sure, we will also start clearing out more items. We really just need this whole, it's kind of hard to explain it to you guys, but you kind of saw it, like from here and down to the dock is basically like an L shape. And that amount of space is like 800 square feet, I think, total between those two areas. That would help tremendously. Like that's more than half of the area we have. And if we can get that sort of cleaned out, like all this stuff is actually gone, the big stuff's gone, the little stuff's gone, this is going to feel so different. I cannot wait to show you guys when we come in and like it's just empty, you know, and it's just empty and just waiting to be filled with space and so on. So I'll answer a few questions here too, guys. And if you have any, I think I saw a peacock chair. Yeah, you did. It's right there. So that will be for sale as well. You did. That's what it's called, right? A peacock chair. Somebody mentioned that last time. On the quad, change the fuel and oil. Also, the filters should. Oh yeah, change the plugs. Yeah, we're thinking about that, Lee. I mean, it's kind of tricky because. Let me scoot this forward a little. It's kind of tricky only because we don't want to spend a lot of money and put a lot of money into it. But I know at the same time, if it's running, it's worth a lot more and it has no issues. So we're trying to just be smart about that. But you're probably right. Change the fuel, oil, and the filters, and there we go. Do you have air conditioning? No, not really. So this warehouse, as you can see, has these big, huge cinder block walls, and we think being the operative word, that it will not be that hot in here in the summer. We're just not sure about that. The other issue, of course, is humidity, and that's a whole other separate issue that we're going to have to handle basically at the product level, like actually putting things that will absorb humidity in the air. We could use dehumidifiers, but it's a big space, guys. Like I don't think I don't think a couple little humidifiers are going to do that much in the space. I really don't. I'd be very surprised. Maybe I'm wrong. I've got to get my humidity thing over here to see how it is. I think it's going to be low because it's wintertime, right? So who knows? But humidity is really the big issue because when you're dealing with clothing, that's the problem. It does have ceiling fans. We're not sure if they all work. We know like that one works. Behind me, you can see it spinning. But I'm not sure if they work, what speed they would be. You know, are there issues with them? I don't know. Have to test that. Got to get that ladder out and get up there to turn them on and put some long pulls on them, I guess. I think Hank mentioned that last time. Has Ben taken all the cars to a sports memorabilia shop to see if they will bulk buy all of them? No, Alex, he hasn't done that. But that actually could be a great option. I'm just not. It's a lot of cards to move, honestly. We need them a little bit more organized so we know we have. They're not organized and put together by this is all this sport or this year or what have you. So I just think that the time for that shop to even go through them right now would be, I don't know. I don't know that it would be worth it. Maybe I'm wrong. I just think that actually going through them would just take a lot of time. But we may end up doing that. If I were in your shoes, I'd be like a kid in a candy store. Yeah, we kind of are, but you know, it's a candy store that's not quite open for business yet. So you can't get all the candy out of it. But we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. This sale this weekend will be another step. And this is something we always tell you guys. And something we try to live by, and it's very hard. Like we have a vision of what it will be, but there's a bunch of steps between here and there. And even once we get closer to there might change a little bit too. And it's hard to remember that and just think it just takes this step, and then you do this step, and then you do the next one, and you reassess, and then you take another one, and you just want to hurry up and get it all done and be good to go. And then I realized, man, there are things still to consider. There's still things to figure out. Is this going to work like this? Is it going to work like that? And we're just not there yet. We're not there yet. So we are just taking it step by step, honestly. Let's see what other questions there were. I know I missed a couple. Wish our warehouse was as empty and as clean as yours. Oh, it is not clean, Gene, but thank you for saying that. It has a long way to go. You know, one thing we realized too, if we do ever get into the, I think I mentioned this before, one of the great benefits of this warehouse is that it has a dock. And it has a pretty big loading area outside. I'll have to show that to you guys at some point. And I think we did show in the first video somewhat. But with that dock, we could, you know, take pallets, receive pallets, load and unload freight without any big issue. That's another variable that we have not really even explored in our business, but it's one we're definitely going to look into, just what that would look like. How can we leverage that? Because, you know, I think Luke, my buddy here in town, he got delivered all those LL Bean pants back over the summer and the spring actually. And it was only 4 pallets, and they were delivered on a truck to his house. And his house was in, you know, a typical neighborhood, tight streets, not a lot of room. He was on sort of a sloped driveway, a little bit of one. You know, it was just challenging, just getting those items in his, and then he had to put them in a 1-car garage, and they took up a lot of the garage. And, you know, it was challenging for him to do that, which all credit to him because he got it done, actually, which was amazing that he got it done and has been selling them. But you realize when you are in a situation like that, you realize what a blessing it is when you have a space, a setup that is dedicated to being able to handle your business. And most of us are in our houses, and your house is not set up that way. And it's never going to be exactly that way. I mean, could you take a pallet and pull it into your garage? Of course you can, but it's not ideal. It's not ideal at all. Like, first of all, it's your garage. You probably got stuff already in there. Second of all, it's got, you know, loading and unloading. It could be a challenge depending on your street. And you got a big truck rolling down your street. Like the streets here in Charlotte, a lot of these neighborhoods are not wide. So to bring, you know, an 18-wheeler down one of them is insane. And, you know, smaller trucks are a little bit easier, but just having the right setup, guys, I think makes all the difference in the world. Just being able to put stuff where, you know, it logically goes, having a separation between your inventory and your office and your photos and processing and all that, just having a way that you can kind of do all those things separately. I mean, I think you gain, I hope we're going to gain a lot of efficiency from that. I feel like we will, because, you know, you have to at some point move out of your garage. There's the quote for the show. At some point, you got to move out of your garage, because if you want to grow this business, I mean, could you run a huge eBay business from your house? Sure, you can, but it is challenging, and you're always going to be jumping over hurdles that you would not have somewhere else. Are there extra expenses and contingencies and issues when you go somewhere else? Yes, for sure. And it's, you know, and you're giving up some things to get other things, you know, and that's just what life is. It's about trade-offs and what's it worth to you. And I think once we get here and get this set up, I don't foresee moving back into a house unless just we decide to drastically change our business model, which could happen. But, you know, if we can keep it back out of the house, I think it's going to create a lot of I think it's going to create efficiencies for the business. I think it's going to create a better work-life balance, because right now we feel like we're never at work and we're always at work at the same time. And it's so hard because, you know, when does the workday end and personal life begins? And then sometimes you go back to work and then back to your personal. It's so challenging. Like I was thinking about that today, like how many, like what are Kaaren and I's day going to be like coming here, you know, to do things? Like it's going to be so different, and we're going to come here and when we're here, we don't have all the trappings and same distractions of home and challenges. So we'll just come here and work. It'll be a place to work instead of it's my front room, it's my spare bedroom, it's the garage. Well, right now it's my garage, but later tonight it'll be where I store my inventory. I mean, just wrapping your head around that even is really tricky. Sorry if I missed any questions there. I'm sure I did. Lee says you should be good with the fans. Is the floor sealed? That's a great question, and I don't know. It's a concrete floor, and it looks like it may have been sealed at one point, but I'm not an expert on that, so I don't know. I'm not totally sure. Maybe it had some sort of clear coat put on it. It's hard work. Abraham says 6 months into my storage. Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's nothing easy about any of this, no matter what direction you go in. Do you have a hand jack or planning on a forklift someday? Yeah, I don't know, Gene. Definitely not a forklift anytime soon. And we won't need a hand jack unless we go the pallet route. But we are looking at things to maximize the space and maximize the revenue from it too. Things outside of just selling on eBay. So I'm not really ready to share any of those plans yet, because honestly, they're not totally formulated. So I can't even totally speak them into existence yet. But as we do, we'll share that too. I'm gonna tilt this down just a little bit. Which direction does the dock face? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Lee, but I can show you the shot. You mean like east, west, north? You know, there's the dock. It's not really a dock. It's just the door, and it just goes right outside. There's no dock built outside it. You would just pull a truck right up to the building. As far as what geography, geographic, I'm not sure. I'd have to look at a compass and see. Maybe sort of west, I'm guessing, but I'm just guessing. With the warehouse, have you thought about auctions? I just bought a whole trophy business for $60 in an auction. What do you mean, Scott, to run auctions from it? Is that what you're suggesting? Or move out of your elevator. I like these comments are great. Terminal 99 has 8,000 big basement. collectibles as well. I mean, and even if you wrap them up, like Karen's got a tote full of collectibles that she's wrapped up, and there's probably 150 in there. And it's, it's a good sized tote, but if it was 150 pair of jeans, it would take up a lot more room. So for sure. But I mean, collectibles can be a little bit easier just to store. But I am sometimes on purpose. They don't see me ever selling collectibles, but that's a cool business. So if you know what you're doing, which I don't. Good to separate home and eBay less distract. Yeah, let's pray that that's the truth. And have you decided a size? Yeah, that's a great question, Lee. So that area right there that I'm pointing at could easily support a 20 by 20 foot mezzanine, which is 400 square feet. And with maybe even steps coming up right there and inventory under it. The kits are about $7,500, I think. And I don't know much about the mezzanine kit business, but if we did build one, we might do it right there in that corner, but that is a ways to, for sure. And I'm sure you could build it for cheaper than that. And $7,500 is a good chunk of change for sure, right? I mean, you got to justify you're going to be here a while, you're going to get enough bang for your buck out of it. But if you went and rented another 400 square feet, it would be $500 a month in places like Charlotte easily. So, $6,000 a year. So in a little over a year, you would theoretically get your money back. Excuse me, theoretically. Do you think you'll move from the fast nickels into the slow dime mentality? I don't even know what mentality I am as far as that goes, Clarence Ninja. I know that's a big thing, but I obviously I have, I'd really like to have fast dimes, if you want to be honest, but I don't know. Cross ventilation, nope. There are no windows. There's no, it looks like it's a metal roof. You guys can probably see it up there in the top of the shot. But it looks like it's got on top of it probably, I see nails coming down through, so it probably has some sort of, I don't know if it's shingling or what it is. They're probably not shingles, but some sort of covering up there too. But don't know. Can I fish off the dock? Absolutely. There's some great asphalt flounder out there you can catch. Yeah, east, west, north, or south. Yeah, it's one of those four. You guys are hilarious. Do you see the warehouse one day as the business grows? Yes, but not in the way you think. Sorry, I can't be any clearer than that at the moment, but on that. You guys are hilarious. Yeah, and Lee was saying if he lived in North Carolina, he would come check it out. Well, it's in the Charlotte area. If you ever are, we always invite you to let us know. We've met other resellers who've come through the area and people, and we're always glad to do that. If you want to come here and see a tour of the setup once is set up, that would be great, and we would love that. Just let us know. Just send us a message on Facebook or something like that, and we'll make it happen if we can. If the timing works out. We just had somebody in town this past weekend, but it was horrible timing for us. Like, I was somewhere all day Saturday, or a good chunk of Saturday. Kaaren was somewhere different. Just no way to make it happen. But for the most part, we can. Actually, the week is actually better for us than the weekend, strangely enough. Slide the couch to the dock, and you can do some couch fishing. Exactly. You need to get a big floor fan to blow the heat out the loading door in the summer. So that's an interesting idea, Scott. So what you're saying, if I'm reading you right there, is actually open the dock door and blow the heat out. But I'm just curious if that will really work in terms of is that gonna let humidity back in? You know, because it's a big door, and I guess we could open it up, you know, just somewhat. But I don't know. I'll go ahead and. Sorry, your message came up held for review there, but it's fine. I think because of a word you put in there, but it's fine. Kaaren promised me a free hot dog. Well, that's true. And there's Jennifer. That's who missed us Saturday. Sorry, or we missed you, Jennifer. So sorry. There was just no way. It was just like we were going in 3 different directions. So how many of you guys too in the chat, or maybe even after the show post, how many of you have a offsite part to your business? Maybe it's a warehouse, maybe it's a storage unit, maybe it's just somewhere you're able to work out of or do things. I'd be curious to know that. You know, that would be interesting to me. I mean, I don't know what percentage it is out there of eBay resellers. I feel like it's not a very high percentage, but I could be wrong. And it's not because people don't have bigger stores. I mean, if you sold furniture on eBay, like furniture, you would need space, even if you only had 20, 30 items. So it's not necessarily how many items is in your store. It can be lots of different reasons why you may or may not need storage or offsite place to do your work. I'm just kind of curious what people have. If I want to buy a house as an eBay seller, how do I prove my income? PayPal. Well, I am not an expert on that subject, Jeffrey King, but in general, I would tell you that, you know, a bank is going to want to see some sort of, let's say you're going to get a loan at a bank to buy a house. They're going to want to see proof of income, right? They're going to want to see your tax returns. They're going to want to see maybe a balance sheet for your business to see if you're solvent or not. You know, income statements. Not so much your PayPal, because your PayPal doesn't really tell them what you're really making or if you're profitable and what assets and liabilities the business has. So it's a little more to it than that. But every bank or lender is going to be a little different. But it's just like being any other person's business for themselves. You got to prove that you've got the ability to repay the loan. That's all they really care about. They want to give you the loan. They want to give you the money because they don't make any money unless they make the loan. But they also want to make sure that there's a reasonable chance, a pretty good chance you're going to pay them back. And it's going to make sense for them to give you that money. So you definitely have to be able to prove that you've been doing well enough, whatever that means. So I would absolutely talk to an accountant, a CPA about that, if that's a long-term plan of yours as well, because you're going to need to start preparing for that at some point. So good question, though. Very good question. Built my office over the garage, separate from the house, but still here. Using half of our home square footage. Isn't that great? Like, yeah, 1,800 square feet. And then you're like, but 900 of it is my eBay business. So you're living at 900. Abraham got a 10 by 20. That's cool. That's 200 square feet. That's not any small amount of square footage, especially when it's all nicely laid out. Just the garage and spare bedroom at this point, Chris says. Hey, that is the way most people get started, I think. Sam's going to have a storage unit by summer, but still maintain inventory at home. Makes sense. It's not like you have to choose either or. You can do both, right? 10 by 15 climate controlled for listed merch as of last Thursday. Alex the Pirate. Very nice. Good for you, Alex. That's cool. Did you just start last Thursday? But Faye has a 7-car garage. Wow. And a 3-story house. Storage a lot. That would store some stuff in a 7-car, even like a 3-car garage. If you had the whole garage, you could store quite a bit. You know, Tino, my friend down in Houston who sells a lot of shoes, 2,000 shoes in a 2-car garage, you know, and, you know, sold, you know, sells a lot, sells way up in the 6 figures every year in shoes. So let's see. I'm constantly looking for new storage ideas. I don't leave home to get my inventory, maybe a building. Yeah, and Sunshine, you bring up an interesting point there because that's kind of something we ran into. If you're going to go somewhere else for storage, now you're dividing your business between 2 places. In my mind, that didn't make as much sense. Yes, it allows you to grow because you can put more items in storage potentially and grow your listings and your totals. But you lose some time in going to the storage unit and lose some time in driving back. So I was the opinion, if I'm going to drive somewhere for business, I want to be able to do all the business there. I want to be able to do photos, packing and shipping, inventory storage, all of it together. That was just kind of my mindset with all this, because we've thought about the storage unit angle many, many times. And it's obviously an easy and fairly inexpensive way to get started. And there's nothing wrong with it. Just realize that you do, it's only where storage is. So you're only driving to get storage. You're not driving to do any other part of your business there. And if you can find one really close, great. But still, going to and from a storage unit, you're still looking at probably 20 minutes round trip, even if it's close. So I don't know. That was just kind of our thought, but you certainly can do it that way too. $360 a month for 10 by 20 has power and lights. You should come here, Abraham. I think we're cheaper than that here for 10 by 20. I think I saw some 10 by 20s for like $225, maybe it was even $175. It was pretty cheap. I mean, it was, building, so whatever, but it's nothing fancy. Ours is 1,100 square feet, got a business loan to build it, will be paid off, then it will be like rent free. There you go. Plus you got a building you could always sell if you wanted to. So it's an asset. My death pile is a 2-car garage filled to the ceiling. Well, Scott Bragdon, you know what I'm going to tell you. Stop buying right now. Do not buy another item until you get that death pile taken care of. So that's the only way it's going to work. If you keep buying and putting stuff on top of it, you'll never catch up to it. And it's always going to feel out of control. And you don't want your inventory managing you. You want to manage your inventory. I know it's cliched, but it's true. So if you got a big death pile, you got to stop buying and just get it listed or taken care of. Sold in bulk, lots locally, whatever you need to do. Just get rid of it. Get it taken care of. Is there still a warehouse death pile there, Prof? Yes and no. It's kind of hard to see back through there, but it's actually been consolidated up and into the corner more. And that's going to be gone through, and some of those items are going to be sold. Some are going to be donated. Some are going to be put on eBay and what have you. So that's like not the first priority though right now. The first priority is to get this stuff out of the front area. So we have this dock area, manageable, movable. We can bring stuff in and out. We can process there. I mean, there's tables. I mean, we have all kinds of options. Like, just think about even being able to, like, the little things like process shipments and so on. You've got a shelving unit with all your supplies on it, and you got a table in front of you that's at the right height. You've got a nice cushy mat to stand on so that you can sit there and process your orders, that you can quality control the items that you've sourced, that you've brought in. You can check those out. You can prepare them for photos, all sorts of things like that open up when you have enough space to do it. And that's what we're doing here. Did everyone have sticker shock when they printed labels? Yeah. You know what I did? I kind of forgotten about it, that the postage increase went up, that the postage prices went up. So I had a $5.99 kind of offset most of the shipping for jeans policy I'd created. And this morning I went in and changed it to $6.99 and reapplied it to all the listings that had that. And I was like, I really should have had it here to start with, but I totally forgotten about it. So yeah, shipping went up for first class priority. I'll kind of across the board with USPS, right? Mainly. So don't get caught off guard by that. Jean's working out of the spare bedroom, 2 garages full and a 2-level storage shop, about 12 square feet of stuff to sell and give away. Well, that's quite a bit of stuff. 10 by 30 for $300. Yeah, it's more like $1 a square foot here too. Search for deal. But it depends on where you live. Some places storage is really expensive. Other places it's super cheap. It seems like you can't swing a dead cat without hitting a storage building in Charlotte. They are all over the place. So like local chains, mom and pop storage, the big chains, you know, they're everywhere. I might get an outside building, but I don't know. My kids are starting to move out. Yeah, I mean, you've got an extra space right there. Hang on, the boss is texting me here. Oh, okay, yeah. So it was just something. It was good, but I can't share with you guys, but it was good. Hot dogs being given out your warehouse sale grand opening. You know, Kaaren, I don't even know if you're listening right now, but we should have food and drink here. Like, it's not gonna be hot though. It's gonna be hard to sell. We can sell bottled waters for $1. You know, just a little extra revenue. It's the reseller in me. Whatever. I mean, people have food at yard sales all the time. And, you know, we need a little kid to come in here and like, you know, guilt people into buying stuff. I don't know. Maybe we can find somebody who can, I don't know. But anyway, this is just the way my mind's working, or not working, however you want to look at it. Prof, you're going to mark the floor with tape. This area for Facebook listing, this area for photography. That is a great question, Clearance Ninja, and I'm not sure. Probably not. I feel like the way we're going to set it up, it's going to be the inventory is going to have to be, and I'm still thinking about what that's going to look like. But the inventory area will probably be set up that way, but the other ones probably not as much. The ceiling fan was spinning the last time, Hank. You just couldn't see it in the shot. But I need to. Did I miss the ladder fun? There is nothing fun about getting up on a A-frame ladder, and that's a pretty short one. Actually, it's not a short one. It's like an 8-foot A-frame. I have been on a 12-foot one on the top step before to fix something in a vaulted ceiling. I don't recommend that to anyone with nothing to hang on to. It is incredibly stupid. But I got it done. I had to fix like some drywall tape came off at the top of a ceiling. All the room, there was nothing to lean the ladder against, you know? And so it was a 12-foot A-frame ladder like that, but 4 feet higher and staying on the very top. It sucked really bad. I never want to do that again, but I lived through it, but I don't recommend it. Tied off from above. There was nowhere to tie it off to. It was nothing to tie off to. It was just a vaulted ceiling. Cupcakes, brownies sell at yard sales. Kaaren, you listening to all this? We need this stuff. Ben could sell lemonade. Ben's not going to sell lemonade. That's a great idea, but it's not going to happen. I will rent my kids. All right, so there we go. We've got someone volunteer. I was hoping for a donation. You know, a super chat of kids. Sounds bad. But all right, somebody's going to get mad at me for saying that probably. But whatever. Looks fantastic and sturdy. Yeah, it's actually pretty sturdy, that one, but a 12-foot one, if anybody's ever been on one up near the top, it's no fun. You've got to be super careful. I mean, if you fall, you're not going to die, but you're going to get hurt. You're going to the emergency room. Let's be clear. Let's see here. How are you recording all your sales on your warehouse sale day? Great question, Duncan. So my thought is we will probably just use phones and record footage. We can't really go live with that very easily. And we could, but we're not going to. It would be incredibly boring because there'd be times there'd be nobody here. And I don't even know if anybody will show up. We're going to advertise it here in a couple days. But we'll probably just do it with phones and so on. We might go do some Instagram. Be a little careful with that, guys, because you're recording people and you're not really asking them if they want to be on film. And I don't know. That's a little tricky, I think. I don't even know the legalities of all that. I guess we could record people and not show their faces, but I don't know if that's really a very interesting video. Top is not a step, bro. No other way to reach it, Ninja. There wasn't. It was, think about a vaulted ceiling that goes up to the second floor of a normal house, but it's all open area down to the first floor. And there's something right in the very middle you got to get to. No other way but to get an A-frame ladder or a scaffold, which we didn't have access to. Yeah, it's unwise. Yeah, Julia, you're right. I wouldn't want to get it. It's really bad. Not confident at all in my skill. Let's see. Replace them with remote control fans. We could, and we might do that. But I don't know. They're ceiling fans. I mean, they seem okay. We're just gonna get there and see if they all work. Still no. A super chat. You guys are crazy. You should host a, what does it say? A shelf kit assembly race. Well, you know, the black shelves go together pretty quickly. They're even faster than the song mix shoe racks. So those, I can put those together pretty fast. They're not hard to put together, but that would be kind of cool. We could do a shelf kit assembly. We'll all go live at the same time. I don't know how that would work. Virtual. Advertise free food to have a mass crowd at the sale. Yeah, right, Duncan. But what happens when we run out of the box of Krispy Kreme donuts? We provide it for free, which will happen like that. I would have to hire someone. Scared. Yeah. Craigslist Hunter records people all the time in his shop. Yeah, and you know, I don't know. There are places like I know, like our churches like this, for instance, they say, hey, by entering this room, you consent to possibly being on television. You consent to being recorded. And I guess that covers them. You know, they have a lawyer somewhere, I guess, who's told them, oh, that's all you got to put up. But we would not be doing that here necessarily. People don't really expect to be recorded at a yard sale or warehouse sale. So I don't know. But I'll look into it. Chips and then sell premium water. That is a brilliant idea, Alex. I like it. Try these chips. They're not even salty at all. Oh, you're thirsty now? Here you go. That'll be $8 for this bottle of water that you must have right now. That would be bad. Price gouging water at a warehouse sale. Make more off the water than I do off the warehouse sale. Limit 1 donut per person. Well, we could do that too. Yeah, so we'll see. That's actually not a bad idea, though, to offer food or drink of some sort, just like snacks or something. I don't know. How long do you expect to be in this unit until it gets too small? You have a spreadsheet forecasting that day? No, but that's a great idea, Clearance Ninja, so thanks. No, but in all honesty, I don't know. You know what, Clarence Ninja? I'm just trying to take the next step right now. I cannot see that far ahead. It's kind of something in the back of my mind down the road that, you know, I'll address as I get there. But for right now, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. You know, that's kind of like saying how long before you're in your house till you outgrow with your eBay business and you decide you have to get a new house or move it all into a space. I mean, it's kind of hard. It's like sometimes you almost get to that point and you realize it's time before you, like, you know, and other times you can sort of see it coming pretty quickly. But, you know, ultimately you can always scale back your store. You can scale back your business if you don't want to move. If you have enough space where you're at, or it starts getting tight, and you decide that you don't want to leave where you're at, your house, a warehouse, a storage unit, whatever you're using, you can scale back your store. It's really that simple. That's the genius of this business. It's not like, you know, traditional retail where you feel like you have to fill every to make the math work. Here, because eBay is a virtual, you know, marketplace, you can decide how much of your virtual real estate you want to fill. And of course, that's going to, you know, change your sell through and the amount you sell and all that. You know, it's going to have some effects on those things. But ultimately, if your business is getting, you know, if you're filling it up with too many items, you can quit sourcing so many items. You can quit listing so many items. If you don't have enough, you can go list more. Hour, you know, if you're storing jeans in a spare bedroom and you want to sell 1,500, then you need to find somewhere to put the other 500, or some way to rearrange some of the 1,000 to put some more in there. I think I told you guys this. I have like that we have home that we have as a spare bedroom holds theoretically 1,260 pair of jeans will fit on those 6 shelves in 100 square feet. It's in 100 square feet. So jeans can be very, very neat and tidy as an inventory item. Shoes are a little bit bigger than jeans in footprint size, for instance, and take more room than that. I don't know that you could get 1,260 shoes organized in 100 square feet. That would be a challenge. Like, it depends on how high you go, obviously, but I'm saying sort of like normal height, an 8-foot ceiling, like in most homes, it would be tough. Definitely tough. And being able to get in between them to get to them, that's the hard part. But again, you want to scale back your business because of space, scale it back. You want to expand, get more space. I mean, space is out there. You know, you got to be able to justify it. You can have a warehouse and can still end up in your house. Well, Aaron, that sounds like an interesting discussion. I got a warehouse with nothing in it, but everything's in my house. That's pretty funny. Is your warehouse space more like an antique booth space rather than a storage space? No, absolutely not. It's going to in the beginning here, it's going to function to sell through some things that are in the space right now and need to leave. And then after that, it's going to convert totally to eBay storage, photos, shipping, processing, all that. So no, definitely not a retail antique booth sort of space at all. Definitely not. My day will come January 1st, 2020 before I get a storage unit. Okay. Well, there you go. You got a set date. I mean, that's, you know. But anyway. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. We're near the top of the hour, and we've got some more work to do here. So I can't stay on YouTube all day. What do you guys want from me? But in all jokes aside, I do appreciate you guys coming out. And sorry Kaaren couldn't hang around longer. We should be back Wednesday with yet another update to this warehouse journey. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday out there. You know, keep striving and building your business one step at a time. That's really all you can ever do. And just focus on moving forward, whatever forward looks like for you. And before you know it, you'll be in a new destination, and then a new one, another new one, another new one. So thanks again for coming out. Please smash that like button if you enjoyed this content at the end after this video post, guys, because I really appreciate it. It lets me know I'm doing a good job, and it lets YouTube know the same. And, of course, check out the description for all kinds of helpful links as well. But I will see you guys probably on Wednesday, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. This is Prof Sales saying good sales to you.